Hey YouTube, Motor Racing Network, Steve Post here with another great collection of diecast. This is the Brendan Gaughan line of diecast, if you will. We love Brendan Gaughan. Great guy, great racer, great ambassador for the sport, great race car driver. We love what he's doing up at Richard Childress Racing in the NASCAR Nationwide. Now scratch that Xfinity Series. NASCAR Xfinity Series. We're going to have to practice that. We have our meetings coming up with MRN, and I hope they don't come up with the idea of putting a buck in the bucket every time we botch up Nationwide, because there's going to be a lot of money put in that bucket for me. So NASCAR Xfinity Series. There. Now get it in the mind. NASCAR Xfinity Series. But Brendan Gaughan, he did a great job last year racing these Camaros for Richard Childress Racing. And we have race-winning diecast autographed by Brendan Gaughan. So we have got the standard finish of the race car, the liquid finish of the race car, the flash coat finish of the race car, and the raw finish of it. So all four finishes are in-house, in stock, autographed by Brendan Gaughan. Great items we have. Brendan, of course, the South Point Hotel and Casino out in Las Vegas. His family runs that. And again, Brendan Gaughan, just one of those really cool guys in the sport. Great to see him have success. And man, these diecast cars look really good that Lionel has done. Also, no, those are our 124 scale new arrivals. 164 scale new arrivals, a couple of biggies here. We've got the Nationwide Insurance Dale Jr. car. Nationwide jumping over from that Nationwide Series to the Xfinity Series. I know, I'm trying to remember that. To Junior's car. So here is Junior's car from Hendrick Motorsports, the number 88 car, the Nationwide Insurance car, and then we've got the Mobile One paint scheme for Kevin Harvick. So a couple of really neat 164 scale cars as well, and they are rolling in each and every day, folks. So keep your eye on the website, keep your eye at your local diecast dealer, because it's happening. 2015 is upon us. Going to be a great year of NASCAR racing and a great year in the diecast world as well. Stay with us though. When we come back, we're going to step away for a moment. When we come back, we'll do the post show with your questions from right down below. All right, it's time for our favorite part of the show. We love chatting with race fans, and so whether it's Twitter or Facebook or this YouTube video, and how we do it here on the YouTube video on the Diecast Review Show is right down below. Just type in your questions, and we will see that we get to some of them next time here on the post show on the YouTube channel. Great stuff, and we have some great questions here today. Windy Man 56 writes in, do you think the knockout chase format is the right way to decide a racing championship? Yes, I do. You may not, and that's cool. That's what's great about what we do in sports. You may not think it's a great idea. I do. I love it because of the intensity. I love it that the guys just have to get up on the wheel. And I tend to like other sports as well. And other sports, there's the knockout style as well. And you know, here's the thing that I think is interesting about knockout style. We're focusing on this elimination. You know what? In the history of NASCAR, 66 years, back to 1949, every driver but one has been eliminated throughout the course of a year. What we're doing this year is we're saying you, and you, get out. It's a little bit more dramatic with this knockout style that we have now, where we're pointing at 4 different drivers and telling them to hit the road. So it's different, but drivers have faced elimination, not knockout style, but elimination, mathematically eliminated from the championship for the entire history of NASCAR. And no matter whether we do it knockout style, whether we do it old chase style, or whether we do it old school style of the full season, I know some are going to like one, some are going to like the other, some are going to like the third. I like the knockout style, but we get to one championship, and I think Kevin Harvick is a very deserving champion from the 2014 season. So yeah, put me in the category I like it. You don't. Maybe that's fine. That's all good. That's why we have all these forums where we get a chance to sit around and talk NASCAR racing. Andrew Brown writes in and says, where do you think Carl Edwards is going to finish in 2015 with his new team? Joe Gibbs Racing, along with his former teammate Matt Kenseth. You know, It's going to be interesting to see, and actually I'm going to tie this in with the next question from Jackson 14 Tony fan. Who do you think is going to be the most successful new crew chief pairing? Dale Jr. and Greg Ives, Carl Edwards and Darian Grubb. I think both of these answers are contingent upon how fast the Toyotas are. If the Toyotas can get up to speed, and they struggled last year, they struggled mightily last year. I know Denny Hamlin had a good run late in the season, and did they find something with Darian Grubb, by the way? Did they find something that maybe they can catapult them up to full speed going into this season? So if the Toyota camp, let's say the Toyota camp is equal with the Ford and the Chevys, then my answer on Carl Edwards is he's going to be top 10, maybe top 5, and maybe contend for a championship. He's that good, and Darian Grubb is that good. And to the Tony Stewart fan, to Jackson 14 Tony fan, I think it really depends on these Toyotas, the answer. I think Dale Jr. and Greg Ives will be good, and we'll just have to see how it goes. But if the Toyotas are good, I think Darian Grubb and Carl Edwards might be just a little bit better because of Darian's championship experience. Darian has been through this championship ringers. Remember, he won the championship a couple years ago with Tony. He was in the hunt with Denny Hamlin right to the chase. I like Darian Grubb's attitude. We don't know what Greg Ives is going to... Hey, Greg Ives might be Darian Grubb on steroids by midseason, and I might think this is the craziest answer I've ever given, but right now, if all things are equal in that Toyota camp, I like the Carl Edwards-Darian Grubb pairing to be even a championship contender this year. Greg Ives and Dale Jr., it could be. We just don't know how that's going to work until we see them on the racetrack. Man, we love your questions. We love the debate, even when we disagree. If we disagree on those questions, we love the chance to kick it around and talk about it here on our YouTube channel. So keep those questions coming in, and we'll keep the diecast rolling out. All the diecast available at your local diecast dealer or at planbsales.com. We love that you guys are getting involved with us here on YouTube. We have the comments below. Feel free to mention your comments here. Follow us on Twitter at Plan B Sales, and we'll keep you informed on what we have. And please get some back and forth conversation going, because we love talking racing and love talking with you race fans out there, and we appreciate the business you do give us.